Mysterious alien woman arrival on Brazilian island and beginning of UFO sightings back in the 1970s. The second country with the most UFO sightings and alien encounters after the US is Brazil. Very few of us know about the Operation Saucer, also known as Operaco Prato, carried out by the Brazilian Air Force under the command of Colonel Uranger Holanda to investigate the series of UFO sightings that happened in the mid-70s that included attacks by light rays. Before the beginning of all these, a mysterious woman arrived at Ilha do Meo, situated in the Brazilian state of Pará. Researcher Vittorio Perret recalled that in 1975, a woman named Elizabeth Quimine Berger arrived in Uramayo, now Augusto Correa. Her intention was to purchase lands on the island of Mio, located 200 kilometers from the city. She was a white blonde with blue eyes, they said. The woman claimed to be a divorcee and a fashion designer by profession. Interestingly, according to locals, she was very short, only 132 centimeters. She was born in Switzerland, had an English passport, and was a resident of Paris. And there was one boatman named João Olaya who could carry travelers across to the island. She got acquainted with him and asked him to take her to the island, where she offered the locals to sell their lands to her in exchange for good cash. At first, the locals had no intention to sell their properties to some strange foreign woman, but later she offered them a huge amount of money and bought plots on the island. Soon she purchased all other properties near her to her previous purchases. Although she became the owner of many lands, the mysterious woman used to spend very little time there, as she was mostly out of the island. In some time, the local fishermen and other people started spotting strange lights over the island, and this sparked a rumor that the woman was an extraterrestrial. Some fishermen reported seeing her taking a group of white people with blonde hair, around 40 to 50, up to the island. She also used to buy large quantities of fish, around 400 kilograms of fish every month, from the local fishermen. Now, according to the reports, the locals saw a white ball of lights that looked like small moons that landed on the island. What's more, at the time when the UFO sightings began in the area, Berger was reportedly seen going out in the middle of the night. Some boatmen who had access to traveling to the island once followed her and saw her walking on the water without any clothes. The woman became popular among the locals after such details. Some of them even complained to the police about this. She was questioned by the police 3 times, but was always released, as they had never found any strong evidence against her related to the strange light phenomenon. Colonel Uranger Hollanda became aware of the strange resident and suspected that she had been feeding gorillas, as they said that she regularly was seen with dozens of men. Only when she was on the island, strange cylindrical lights and objects looking like probes appeared and evolved at night. The colonel searched her place and was surprised. The house had no windows, no doors, no dishes, no furniture, just a bed and 2 chairs, Perez said. Perez recalled that the American arrived on the island in 1975, when there were already reports of the phenomenon that affected the north and northeast regions of Brazil. Some people were hit by beams of light, including things that caused burns. And this American claimed to be a commercial pilot who joined NASA and appeared on Musquero Island amid evidence of extraterrestrial activities in the area. The neighbors on the island reported that he had very modern equipment for the time in relation to what was in the region, such as a structure of radio communication that did not even exist in Belém, and even a notebook, something unthinkable for the time. And it was the fastest in the region and never brought anything on the island, not even a loaf. Twice a week, the person would go out on a speedboat, come back with groceries, said Perret. Perret was suspicious of the NASA interference in Operation Saucer because when the room of that man was searched, his walls were full of formulas and images of space and rockets were found on the site where his house was. He died on the island in 1982. Meanwhile, when Berger was arrested the 3rd time, she was escorted by 4 policemen, but vanished soon after she asked to go to the bathroom. It's shocking that she could disappear from the bathroom, which only had one door and a small window. And according to ufologists, Moacre de Mondonca de Uchel, she was seen dressed as a nurse in Los Angeles in 1985, the 1985 earthquakes, helping the wounded. Interpol tried to track her but failed, and later she was seen in South Korea. Later, the police found out that her passport was fake, and Elizabeth Berger was a Swiss woman who died in 1937. So this appears that this strange woman took some other woman's identity who had passed away already since 1937. It's one of those unsolved mysteries that still astonishes people. And there is a theory that she was either an extraterrestrial or time traveler who traveled to Earth for some business, but had to go due to too much interference by the Brazilian officials. And this is on House and Wise by Vicky Verma. Please leave your comments about this. Thank you for your support. My Patreon account, the daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.